Today I figured I'd do something a little bit different for you guys. We're going to be doing a step-by-step on how I do a ceramic coating. We're going to be installing Geon Moz on a Denali. We're going to start with Greenstar. Greenstar is going to be our pre-wash. This vehicle was just cleaned by me last week, so it's not really that dirty, but we are going to use Greenstar anyways. It is going to help break down any kind of sealants or waxes that might still be on the paint. We want to make sure we get rid of that completely before we install the coating, or it won't bond properly. And to help break those old waxes or sealants down, we are using a little bit stronger dilution ratio of 5:1. Let it dwell on the paint for 1 to 2 minutes and then rinse it thoroughly. With this strong of a dilution, you don't want it to dry on the paint because you could have some issues. Right after Greenstar, the pre-wash, we're going to move on to Gentle Snow Foam. This is our pH neutral contact wash soap. We're going to put it in our foam cannon, we're going to put it in our wash bucket, and we're going to give it a contact wash. I don't have a whole lot to say here, just make sure you get in all the cracks and crevices really good before we move on to the next step. Once we get it completely washed, we're going to move on to our spray clay. Now I did decontaminate this vehicle last week when I seen it, so we're just going to be using our spray clay from Meguiar's. This stuff does smell like arse, but it works amazing, it's super strong, and you can pick it up locally. You can pick it up at AutoZone. You are going to spray this on there, let it dwell for about 1 to 2 minutes. You'll see it turn purple once it starts working on getting those embedded contaminants out of the paint. This vehicle, you probably won't see much of a reaction because, like I said, I just decontaminated it. This is a super aggressive iron remover, and you'll be able to see it work almost instantly as soon as you spray it on the paint. All right, just enough. I'll pick that up later. Once you let it dwell for 1 to 2 minutes, you're just going to rinse it off. You're going to rinse until you stop seeing these frothy bubbles. Here's one of my top asked questions on TikTok. How do you get the water out of your garage? Well, here you go. Fun to watch, isn't it? Most of the water flows out on its own, but for the rest of it, I simply squeegee it out and then run a towel around the floor and dry it up. Once we get it pre-washed, washed, decontaminated, and completely dried, we're going to move on to our polishing step. Today we're going to be using DIY Gold Standard Polish. Reason being is it has no fillers and no protection. You get a long working time with it, and it's really easy to wipe off. With the paint being in really good condition on this thing already, we're just going to be using their jeweling pad. We have our ShineMate EB210 cordless mini polisher. This is going to get all the small areas that the 5-inch polisher won't fit in. This thing's fantastic. I do plan on swapping from Rupes to all ShineMate. I do have a couple of ShineMate cordless polishers in the mail, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, this paint is in excellent condition already, so we're just going to use this jeweling pad. It's going to add as much gloss as possible before we put this coating down. To wipe off the polish, we're going to be using our rinseless dampened towel, and we're going to follow it up with a dry yellow towel. Not only is this going to make it easier to remove the polish, but it's also going to make it a little bit safer so you're not marring the paint that you just polished. Now that we've done all the large surface areas, we're going to move on to the mini polisher. Once we completely finish that, we're going to move on to our paint prep. This is a very important step when you're ceramic coating. Geon has an amazing paint prep. It flashes off really fast, it smells amazing, and it just works really good. It gets rid of all those waxes, sealants, greases, anything like that on the paint. The way you can tell this product is working is the paint's going to be a little bit grabby on your microfiber towels, but that's perfectly normal. That's what bare naked paint feels like. We've got our paint light and our microfiber towel. These are the Autofiber Mr. Everything 16x16 300 GSM towels to level the coating. And then underneath we've got our Korean Plush 400 GSM microfiber towels. We are going to start with coating the roof of the vehicle, mainly because you don't want to coat the side of the vehicle, then reach over to do the top and bump the coating and potentially mess it up while it's curing. Geon Moz does have a quick flash time and it has the sweating effect. So here's a better look at it. It's kind of hard to see the sweat beads on camera, but that's how you know when it's time to level the coating. Once you wipe with the first leveling towel and you come back with your insurance towel, you can feel just how slick it is. Always double check your work with a paint light, especially with these lighter colored vehicles. It's kind of hard to see any high spots with just regular lighting. I do section each panel off into 3s and 4s, reason being, it might take too long to do the entire panel, and by the time you come back to wipe up the first part that you started on, it might have cured already. Sometimes, not all the time, you can get lucky and put a little bit more product down and wipe it up. That'll get rid of the high spot, but most of the time you're going to have to polish it off. Here is your door jamb sticker. We're going to get the date and the type of coating, and we're going to install it. I always give the box the coating came in to the client, along with the maintenance guide, stickers, and a microfiber towel. I had about 50 more after shots than what I've got in this video, but we're already at 5 minutes, so I gotta make it short. If you did find this video useful, don't forget guys, please like, share, and save the video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace.